everybody, Cindy Martin here, also known as Teacher's Brain. I wanted to share with you really quick the plants unit that is for virtual learning or in person. You have both digital and printables in this unit. So let's go ahead and look at first. You would do a KWL chart to find out what students already know and what they want to know. Leave this part blank and they will fill it in later. Then over here on this part, the students will have a home connection that you can send home for them to plant their own plants, to give it the sunlight and the water and all the things that it needs. And then they can share a photo of what happens after it's grown and send it in to you. There is also a black and white version that you can print and send home. This one is for your students to watch a quick video with Jack Hartman, and it's a quick song about parts of a plant. Here is also a song that you can teach your students. It goes to the tune of Old MacDonald Had a Farm. Old MacDonald had some plants, E-I-E-I-O, and on the plants there were some parts, E-I-E-I-O, with a petal here and a petal there, here a petal, there a petal, everywhere a petal. Old MacDonald had some plants, E-I-E-I-O, and then you would switch the petal with leaves, flowers, roots, or stem. And if you don't want to use any of these slides, you just delete them. Delete whatever you don't want to use. Then there's 10 slides that have vocabulary words. So the first one is sun. Tells them what sun is. They write a sentence using the word sun down here. They just click there and they can edit in order to turn it into you. There's water, leaves, flowers, fruit, roots, stem, soil, seeds, and then this one's the plant cycle. It explains what a plant cycle is. And then this one is for parts of plants. What the students will do is look at the different parts and then they will drag this over to put into each area. And also, anytime, say your kids made a mistake and they accidentally dragged that and it was too big, teach them to use the magic wand, is what I call it, which is the undo button. They just click here and it will bring back anything that they messed up. Now the backgrounds are not where you can edit them. You can click on here and that way the kids can't move them and mess them up or anything. So let me go ahead and put those two back. Next, what plants need? Water, soil, sun, air, and space. This one talks about plants that we can eat. This is a virtual science lesson. So basically, the students will make a prediction, a hypothesis of what they think will happen whenever you add food coloring to a white flower to the water. And then they watch the video. They watch the video, they will describe what happened and they will drag this in order to rate if they liked this. If they didn't like it, they would put it over here. Okay? Next is it's kind of like write the room, but this is write the area. So students will see all these over here. They have to match the number. Number one is plants, so they go over here and they type the word plants. There is also the printable version that you can use. This one, the students are going to figure out what is a plant, and they will put a circle on top of the plant, and they will put an X on the animals. And then they will find out how many circles did they use, how many were animals. Here's a Venn diagram that you can use for this word bank down here. Will allow the students to get some ideas. They could add more to it if they want to. So grow. Do they both grow? A flower and a tree? Yes. So the students will write grow here. Petals. Do they both have petals? I don't think all trees have petals, so you could put over here flower has petals. Do they need sun? Need sun goes in the middle for both. So that's a good way to compare the two. Next is, this is a quick check to see if your students learned after you went over everything with them, to give them a formative grade. list some plant facts. They would just click in here and write it. What plants give, what part of the plants give the plant nutrients? How do most plants begin life? Explain what plants need to grow. And then after all that, they will go back in here, and the L is what did you learn? What did your students learn there? And here's a word bank for plants in order for them to do an online journal. So this is one that they can just go in here and they can edit after they write. This one says write about the life cycle of a plant beginning with the seed, and they'll write it and then they go and check themselves. Did I do capitals, punctuations? Did I have space? Was I on topic the whole time? There's 5 different ones that are virtual, and then the rest of these slides, 31 all the way down, these are all black and white slides of the same ones that I've already shown you. This one, they can do the prediction and actually do it in class. Here's the one I showed you about the write the room. It's the write the area. So everything's still there. It's just black and white, and that way you can print it. And then I have this plant journal. Students can go right over here and they can write down the parts of the plant. They'll write a little story about the parts of the plant, and then over here they can draw it. Explain how plants get nutrients to live. And then this one is one you could print out, and students could put a little bean or a seed in a bag that has water and the paper towel and leave it in the window so they can see it germinate. And this is a journal that you can print out, and if you're in person, and turn into little books, data collecting books. And that is it. And this is the example of what you need for the one experiment to see how they get nutrients. And then just delete this out and you are all done. So I hope that answers any of your questions about this resource.